Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce after that. Unsportsmanlike is presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive is helping veterans drive their lives forward with its Keys to Progress program. Last night you saw it on ESPN. You saw the Manning cast on ESPN2 as Kansas City beats Washington Monday Night Football 28-7. That game was tied 7 apiece at the half, and then Kansas City was Kansas City in that second half with 21 points unanswered. Very uneven in the first half. Is that a way to look at it, maybe, in terms of the amount of turnovers, the weird turnovers in terms of, like, Deebo Samuel.
No, that was just good ball by the Washington Commanders defense.
Okay, so
that was just good ball.
Conversely, Deebo Samuel gave the Chiefs an INT that was one of the worst plays I've ever seen in my life.
It was awful.
He tried to catch it, it bounced off his face into the hands of Kansas City. And by the way, then Kelce's like, you know what, I'll do you a favor. I'll do the same kind of thing. And it went off of his hands. And you had all of that in the first half. But ultimately, 25 of 34, 299, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks for Mahomes. Kelce, 6 for 99 and a touchdown. He now has tied with Priest Holmes for the most touchdowns all time in Kansas City Chiefs history. And after starting 0-2, the Chiefs are 5-3. So Kansas City right now is what?
Favored in the AFC.
Okay.
Am I wrong? Do you have a team in the AFC? The Colts, perhaps?
Yes.
You believe in the Colts more than the Chiefs right now?
Depends on where that game is at. But the Colts...
And that's not me being disrespectful to the Colts, by the way.
The Colts are a historically good offense.
They're amazing.
That's a legitimate team. And I don't think people are giving them enough respect. To me, it's them and Kansas City, draw a line, and then everybody else in the conference. But in terms of what we saw last night, it's basically what we've known the Kansas City Chiefs to be in the Mahomes, Andy Reid era of Chiefs football, right? You have next to no margin for error. When the game starts out the way that it does, with 3 plus 40 possessions for the Washington Commanders, that results in 0 points, you know you're going to lose that game. And Dan Quinn talked about it a little bit in the postgame. They had their chances to assert themselves. Credit to the Commanders. They were a live dog last night with Marcus Mariota, the backup quarterback, as the starter. They came out with the requisite energy that it takes, the effort, but ultimately you have to execute in the critical phases of the game. And their plus territory offense was absolutely abysmal early on, and that ultimately led to their undoing. So I think the Kansas City Chiefs, when you have Patrick Mahomes playing as well as he's been playing over the last month or so, they're going to be tough for anybody to beat. You damn near got to play mistake-free football, and the Washington Commanders just didn't do that last night.
They did not. And this Chiefs team is scarier to me than the team that we've seen over the past 2 seasons. And, oh, by the way, that team went to 2 out of 3 Super Bowls. They went to 3 in a row, obviously won 1 and lost 1. But the way they're performing in the regular season is scarier to me than we've seen the past 2 years with the Chiefs. The defense has always been there, but now this offense is clicking on a different level. They seem focused in a different way. They're having more fun in a different way. They have an identity. Patrick Mahomes is playing unreal right now. Travis Kelce, to start the season, we were like, I don't know, is this the end for him? He didn't look like himself. Now they're finding that connection again, the two of them. They're getting healthier. They got pieces back on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know, guys. This is not me dismissing what we've seen from the Indianapolis Colts, but as somebody who for the past couple years didn't think the Chiefs had it in the regular season, and then they proved me wrong and still got to the Super Bowl, I'm not going to bet against them this year. I'm just not.
Reverse psychology, or you believe it?
No, I really believe it.
I didn't know if you were trying to jinx them out of
No,
this.
I really believe it. The way they're playing right now, they've won 4 out of the last 5. The offense looks awesome. Like I said, the defense has been there. What do you look at with this Chiefs team and think, maybe there's trouble ahead?
I'm the wrong guy to look at because I have them in the Super. I've never wavered on them. They're in the Super Bowl. I'm good to go, etc. I'm with you, but I've been with you even when they didn't look this good as they looked in the second half last night. What's interesting is that we're looking at the Colts, rightfully so, as having a great start to the season. But if you think about this Sunday, we have the Chiefs and the Bills, right? Which has been, I don't want to say a great rivalry because the Bills don't win the important games, but it's been a great series.
They play them tough.
Yeah. So are you saying you would be more so looking forward to a Chiefs-Colts game this weekend than a Chiefs-Bills game? Because you said Colts.
I'm going to see Chiefs-Colts in, 4 weeks?
No, but I'm saying you said Chiefs-Colts, draw a line, everyone else.
Yeah.
I still think the Bills have to be in that conversation just because of their history, even though that they haven't played that well this year from start to finish, and they've had some clunky games.
The Bills aren't as good as the Colts. It's not a hot take.
I didn't say it was.
The Bills just aren't as good of a football team as the Colts. Even though the Bills have generational talent, reigning defending MVP in Josh Allen, the Bills are not as good of a football team as the Indianapolis Colts. Now, we'll see what happens by season's end, but through the first 8 weeks of the NFL season, the Bills are not as good as the Colts. Hell, the Bills are not as good as the Patriots.
Right now.
And we got the standings to show it.
Yeah.
If you had to pick one team right now to go to the Super Bowl to the AFC, Smalls, you're back on the Chiefs bandwagon.
I'm there.
I've never left.
Depends on where the game is, man. Depends on where the game is. And here's the thing. Very interesting stretch for Kansas City over the next 3 games. So in the next month of football, they've got their bye week in there, but they've got Bills, Broncos, Colts.
Not easy.
That very well may determine who gets the number 1 seed in the AFC. Depending on where the game is, if they run into the Indianapolis Colts, if that game is in Lucas Oil, I don't know that I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, if it's the Arrowhead Invitational once again, of course I'm rolling with Patrick Mahomes at home with Andy Reid. They just don't lose there, right? Yeah. They lost to Joe Burrow, and that's about it. They don't lose at home in the postseason. So they lost to Tom Brady once upon a time too. But you know what I mean? Like, in terms of the contemporary quarterbacks, only Joe Burrow has beaten Patrick Mahomes in the postseason in Arrowhead.
It's a huge advantage.
So if that game is there, then of course I'm rolling with the Chiefs. But if it's not, if they got to take the show on the road, I don't think it's a virtual lock like everybody is asserting. I think it's much more interesting just because of how good the Indianapolis Colts is. It's crazy to think that they have the best record in football, and yet people still don't believe that this team is as good as the standings say they are.
And I would harken back to one thing. I feel like this is a side door theory. And what I mean by that is we've asked all season long, is somebody going to come through the front door or the back door to beat the Chiefs, meaning Baltimore or Buffalo? And we've said, could there be a side door? Like, where did you come from? And initially we thought the Chargers. And then there's been some buzz about the Broncos. The Colts have the best record. I feel like, I don't want to put words in your mouth, the entire time you have thought the teams that the Chiefs know and the teams that know the Chiefs are not going to ever be the teams that beat the Chiefs. It's going to have to be...
Because those teams are afraid of the Chiefs.
It's going to have to be the side door team that the Chiefs are like, how did Jonathan Taylor get in the house? Where did he come from?
Yeah.
We haven't thought about him for 1 second.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's part of your thought process here. Am I right?
No, you're absolutely right. And I don't think that Patrick Mahomes has a winning record against the Indianapolis Colts. One of the rare few teams in the AFC that he doesn't.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really
I
surprising.
think he's 500 against the Colts, yeah.
Did you give a hint as to who could be number 1 in the power rankings? We will find out. I don't know. Coming up. But first, Tire Care shouldn't come with extra costs or surprise fees. It should be simple, straightforward, and stress-free. So at Midas, they're rolling out the limited lifetime tire guarantee, included with every purchase with paid installation. You'll pay nothing for flat repairs, nada for flat replacements, zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles, and 0 for other preventative maintenance. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for Tire Care. That's the limited lifetime tire guarantee only at Midas.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. Coming up Tuesday, ESPN's Buster Olney joins me in studio to talk about Dodgers Blue Jays, plus a Chiefs Commander Monday Night Football breakdown and Overreaction Monday on a Tuesday. That's the Rich Eisen Show on Disney Plus, the ESPN app, and ESPN Radio.